I want him to be remembered, and I want him to be remembered positively and to help people, to continue to help people. We got cheated from all the things he was going to do.
Cameron Boyce was a shining star in Hollywood whose young life would tragically end all too soon. The 20-year-old passed away last month after complications from epilepsy.
This is, for me, the hardest thing. He was in a place where he was truly happy. I mean, Cameron was always happy. Never a negative thing came out of his mouth.
He won the hearts of tweens all across the country.
That seems kind of crazy, doesn't it?
Acting, dancing,
Looks like this place could use a bit of misbehavior.
and singing his way through some of the Disney Channel's biggest hits, including the Descendants trilogy. He was a natural-born entertainer. He choreographed and performed this mesmerizing dance for Hozier's music video, Almost Sweet Music. He had millions of fans, but to Libby and Victor Boyce, Cameron will forever be their baby boy.
We were extremely, extremely close. He's who I would go to for things. He was, you know, truly one of the loves of my life, and he always will be.
How are you doing right now?
We're hanging in there. We have rough days, and we have some moments where, you know, we're celebrating his life and just thinking about what an amazing 20 years we had.
Today, Cameron's parents are speaking for the first time since their son's sudden passing.
There's nothing like this in the world that you could ever prepare for.
It's really sinking in that he's never going to walk in the door. I've been having dreams about him like every night. Last night I had another one about him. And I was thinking, oh wow, he's here. And then I woke up, of course he's not. And so it's been really bad.
Cameron passed away in his sleep on July 6th. The Los Angeles coroner determined the cause as sudden, unexpected death in epilepsy.
The night he passed away, we were out to dinner with him just hours before. It was a completely normal, beautiful family night out to dinner. There was no indication that anything was wrong. I mean, there's no way to know in hours my son would be dead. Like, it was just staggeringly crazy and horrible. We were texting that night. We were somewhere between the last text he sent me in the morning, he was gone.
Yeah.
Which is just, you know, it's not cliche to say, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. It's not cliche to say.
Cameron had been diagnosed with epilepsy when he was 17 years old, but he hadn't had a seizure for more than a year before his death.
He only ever had 5 seizures, and the 5th one is the one that he died from.
Was he receiving treatment?
Well, he was on medication for one. They did all kind of scans on his brain. There was nothing that showed that there was a problem. And he only ever had seizures while he slept. He never had one while he was awake.
If I ever thought that he could die from a seizure, I would have never let him out of my sight, which would have been awful for him.
In your quiet moments, and you think of your son, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Replaying his births, replaying his steps, first steps, riding a bike, plays, shows. My mind is just going crazy with all kinds of memories.
Memories that began in Los Angeles, where Cameron and his younger sister Maya were born and raised.
What kind of child was he growing up?
He was amazing. He was always extremely wise, just the kindest, sweetest human you could possibly meet, ever.
Like when he paid homage to his grandmother, Joanne Boyce, a civil rights icon in this Disney Channel tribute in 2016.
My Nana is one of the Clinton 12.
The first group of black students to be integrated into an all-white high school in Clinton, Tennessee.
I've heard time and time again that he was an old soul.
He used to say to me, "Share your wisdom, Mom. Share your wisdom with me," which...
Who says that?
Who says that as a kid? And you would take it in and you would see him implement the things we shared with him.
But Cameron discovered his love for the stage all on his own.
When did you know you had a little performer on your hands?
Oh, that's easy. He's like 4. They were going to give a show. All the kids are in a row and they're standing and they're doing their thing, and Cameron is killing it. And to the point where eventually all the kids kind of just stopped and they just watched him.
After booking national commercials for companies like Burger King,
Super strength.
and music videos for headlining bands like Panic at the Disco,
He's too chicken to ask her out, Dad, because she's...
Cameron hit the big screen, his first major role at just 11 years old, portraying Adam Sandler's son in the 2010 comedy Grown Ups.
What? Touchdown!
He also graced the small screen, landing a major role on the Disney Channel hit Jessie.
If you want to raise money, just charge people to watch my moves.
It wasn't long before he caught the attention of High School Musical director and Emmy-winning choreographer Kenny Ortega.
He had this incredible talent and ability, and that there was just something so delightful and exciting about him, you know, even when he was standing still.
Really, Mom?
Ortega cast him in his starring role as Cruella de Vil's son Carlos in the Descendants trilogy.
To have been exposed to it as young as he was and to not have any missteps. You don't hear that often with child
And that's what a lot of
actors.
people would tell us. People that worked on sets, people, you know, behind the scenes would always tell me, man, your son is not like other kids. Everyone really, really loved him and enjoyed him.
But in 2015, shortly after The Descendants premiered, Cameron suffered his first seizure.
That was an ambulance ride, went to the hospital, and then we went to see a specialist. He says, a lot of people have a seizure and never have another one again. And so we're hoping for that, because they didn't see anything wrong with his brain. So a whole year went by and nothing happened, and then he had another one. And then it was like, okay, does he have epilepsy?
What do you want to make people aware of in particular, do you think?
They don't know a lot about it. There's not enough information about it. And the other thing that has been striking to me is how many people have come up and said, my son has epilepsy. And now they're scared, as this was very rare. We have come to learn that having a cardiac arrest when you have epilepsy, it's very rare. So I want people to know that, and I want to bring attention to this illness in terms of what they do know.
Since Cameron's passing, his parents have set up the Cameron Boyce Foundation to help raise more awareness about epilepsy and other causes Cameron was passionate about, like ending gun violence and the global water crisis, for which he was honored by the Thirst Project.
What you leave should be bigger than you. And I really believe that, yeah.
We want to continue his legacy. We want to honor him. We want to do all the things that he wanted to do, since he can't do them. We're now his voice.
You know, I can never fill my son's shoes, ever. But we're going to try to continue his legacy as best we can, because it's just too important to just let it die.
His Descendants co-stars are also picking up the torch.
He was truly committed to the young men and women who looked up to him. So we are committed as the Descendants family, as Cam's family, to continue his voice.
He was the person you'd always ask for, like, if you needed to talk to somebody. He was always there, and he was that person for everybody.
If we could all be more like Cameron, even 10%, I think we would all be better humans, everybody.
His sister said that he was sunlight wearing shoes, and I think that's the most perfect description of who Cameron was.
That radiance lives on forever in videos like this.
It was snowing out, and he was joyful in the snow, and he just was dancing through it. I love that, because it's him, and that's what he emanated where he went and whoever he talked to and whatever he did. Because it wasn't a performance, it was just, oh, it's snowing and I love it and I'm happy.
Says a lot about him.
Yeah. He was all about, you know, not being cookie cutter, and about creativity and about joy. No labels, he was just a human being.
No labels.
Didn't fit in, he stood out. He did.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.